Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Clan Brewing Company out of Glasgow, Scotland. Uh, I know I did at least one other review for these guys so far. I might have did two. I know I did a red ale, which was similar to this. This is a just says golden ale, aged in Highland whiskey casks or matured in Highland whiskey casks. So I guess I don't know if every beer that they make are aged in Scotch barrels, but at least the couple that my buddy got me, they were aged in Scotch barrels. And I think this one, like the other one, is 8% ABV. So I remember when I had the other one, I knew nothing about it. I thought it was going to be like some weird Brewdog knockoff type thing and not be very good, but I actually didn't hate it. The base beer underneath wasn't that bad, but it had a really nice whiskey flavor, so that made up for it. So it pours kind of like a pretty dark yellow color, almost light brown, with a small white head. So I definitely get more whiskey than anything else. It's funny because the first sniff to me it smelled more like a really oaky bourbon, but then when I went deeper into it, I got some of that peaty, smoky character. I mean, I would like to give some attributes about the beer, but honestly, it just kind of smells like watered down Scotch, which isn't necessarily a good thing. It could still be a good drink, but I'm really not getting much beer aroma. So there's a big smoky peatiness up front, and then it kind of fades into this weird, like, green peppery, like, stale coffee flavor, and then a little bit of, like, under attenuated tea-like beer flavor. Yeah, I mean, when I did the second sip, it was pretty similar. I would say the mid palate with that green peppery flavor is kind of the second sip was less, and the beer on the back end was more. It's a little bit of like a sweet, doughy, caramely beer, but up front, it's definitely a pretty significant, strong, peaty Scotch flavor. It's funny, like each sip I take, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. If the flavors were like three bumps, like boom, 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 it's like it's being pushed together by the edges, and the middle bump is like sinking in, and then the other ones are pushing closer to each other to almost mute out the middle one, but then at the same time they're kind of flattening out their edges. So like I'm really not getting anything on the third sip. I really didn't get any of that middle flavor, but then the front and back end were closer together, and they were both more muted and melted. So I would say that's a good thing, really, for something like this, because they weren't very distinct different weird flavors to begin with. Now it's kind of melding together. Yeah. Um, you, you do get the big peaty character up front, but then on the back end, I think it's the sweetness of the beer is helping bring this out too. But there is a lot of caramely vanilla oakiness, which is almost, to me, reminds me more of bourbon than Scotch. Uh, so yeah, I don't I don't hate this by any means. I don't love it either because I would, for me, if I wanted that Scotch character, I would just drink Scotch. Um, because I know some people would say that about like a bourbon barrel aged beer, but to me that's usually not the case because uh, I like sometimes that something can have a really strong bourbon flavor, but it's also very smooth and carbonated. It's just a different drinking experience. But for me, Scotch is like it is a big aggressive thing, and if that's what I'm in the mood for, that's what I want. I don't really want like a watered down version of it, and that's kind of what I feel like this is coming off as. It's not bad. I'll gladly drink the rest of this bottle, but and I didn't buy it the first time. My buddy gave it to me, but would I actively seek it out again? No, not really. And I mean, golden ale. I would guess it would be. This is like a it doesn't have a Belgian-y flavor like fruity yeasty esters, but what other golden ales are 8%? I don't know unless there's a lot coming from the barrel itself, which is possible. Um, so yeah, I guess I would liken this to like a Scotch barrel aged Belgian golden, without the big strong Belgian yeast character. So not a bad thing, but not necessarily something that I would actively seek out again. So I think that's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.